Hello and welcome to a very cool sports podcast with me, Mitchell Adamson, and my co-host David Downie.
How's it going, guys? So we have a lot of football stuff to get through today. So we'll start with the one not football thing, because that's basically the only thing that's happening right now. The NBA set a start date, or they voted on it, I guess, which is December 22nd, 72 game season.
Yep, Board of Governors and the players voted to approve that just yesterday, I believe. So that'll be looking forward. Get some Christmas Day games coming up, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get away from the NBA for a second here. The Patriots, they suck. They are 2-8.
Indeed, they do. Yeah, that's 2-8. What?
Excuse me, they're 2-5, but
Yeah,
they're
I
probably
was
going to
gonna
be
say.
2-8. Let's be honest.
I really hope not. They're playing the Jets.
Yeah,
If they can't beat the Jets, I'm never watching football ever again.
yeah. If the Patriots lose to the 0-8 Jets, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm
I
actually
don't think anyone's going to beat them, even the Patriots. I know they're terrible, but nobody can lose to the Jets.
no.
They're just so bad.
Mark Sanchez on the Jets was better, and that's saying a lot.
I really don't know about that.
They're 0-8. Mark Sanchez brought them some type of win.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold is way better than Mark Sanchez.
Yes, but I meant like as a
Oh, as a team.
Yeah.
Like, when Mark Sanchez was on the team, the Jets were
Yeah.
better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's not really much of a competition. Anything
No.
is better than 0-8.
This is very true. So Matt Stafford got COVID, which
He did.
basically ruins the Lions.
Yeah, he's the only good part of the Lions. Actually, they have some good receivers.
Mm.
But now they have no one throwing to him, which is
Nope.
not good. Matt Stafford is very underrated. I think he's definitely like, I don't know, I'm not going to say top 5 starting quarterbacks, but he's better than top 10. I think he's definitely in the top 10.
Definitely.
Just because he's on the Lions, people kind of underrate him, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the Lions haven't been like a good playoff team in years now.
Yeah. Plus, they're in the same division as the Packers, which makes it hard.
Yeah.
Because the Packers have been good for a long time, so
Yeah.
they haven't really seen the playoffs.
No, definitely not. And if we can just pause to talk about the NFL for a second, I just got a notification saying the Red Sox are hiring Alex Cora
Oh,
after his
interesting.
one-season suspension. I mean, he did bring them World Series in 2018, so
That's true, he did. What did he get suspended for again? Was he cheating or something?
yeah, it was cheating against.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he can. I don't. They're not going to win a World Series with just bringing back
No.
Alex Cora, losing
No.
Mookie Betts, David Price.
That Mookie Betts was a huge loss.
Yeah, that's very troubling. I don't think Red Sox can be very good for at least a couple years.
Not for a while.
No, I feel like that's always what happens though.
Kind of the only I guess New England sports team that hasn't been like that is the Patriots. Because the last, I don't know, during the Patriots dynasty, which is now over, obviously, all the other teams are kind of like, okay, let's be bad for a little bit and then win one championship and then continue to be
Yep.
bad after that. Other than the
Bruins.
Patriots.
The Bruins.
Bruins won in 2011 and they haven't been the same.
Yeah, Celtics. The
Celtics won 2 times during the last 20
2000
years.
Oh, they won in 2008. I don't think they've lost. I don't think they've won.
I thought they won twice.
No,
I don't know.
they only won in 2008, but they have been looking very, very good recently. But then, yeah, so they kind of stink. All right. Speaking of consistent teams like the Patriots, the Red Sox have been somewhat consistent over since the early 2000s. They have 4 wins in the last 20 years: 2004, 2007, 2013, 2018. Each dominant series wins.
Yeah. And then the last one they won before that was about 100 years ago.
Yeah, 1918, a little over 100 years
Who
ago.
was that against?
The,
Do you know?
the Cubs, the Chicago
Ah.
Cubs. Yeah, in these last 4 championships they had, they've only let up 3 losses to the other team. 1 against the Dodgers in 2018, 2 against the Cardinals in 2013.
I feel like before Tom Brady was here, our sports teams were just not good. Because I know the Patriots weren't that great, the Bruins were okay in like the 70s and 80s. They won
Yeah.
a couple times in the 70s, and then, but other than that, we weren't really that good.
The Celtics. The Celtics are actually really
That's
good.
true. Yeah, with
The
Larry
Celtics are
Bird.
Larry Bird. Yeah, that was a really good team in the '80s.
Yeah,
And to transition to a little more football here, the 49ers are plagued with injuries as of late.
they are. They have a lot, offense and defense. Jimmy G, George Kittle's out for a while. Nick
Hmm.
Bosa out for the season, obviously, and then they have a couple running backs injured too. Raheem Mostert and Tevin Coleman are hurt. Their
Debo
other D end,
Samuel.
Debo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk.
Yep.
Their other D end is injured. It's a good
Yep.
thing they still have decent linebackers, but other than that, they're really not working with much.
Mm.
I think that's part of the reason they lost so bad last night.
Yeah. I mean,
Obviously, the Packers are a good team, but still.
yeah. They
If you look
lost
at the
30.
49ers from last year, were like when the 40s
Yeah,
are when they're healthy, they're a good team. So
they are.
if they had more people, they would have been a lot better off last night.
This is true.
Aaron Rodgers had a great game last night. I think it
Yes.
was it 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns, 305 yards. He was 25 for 31. 25
So
for
did
31.
Devontae Adams. I
Yeah,
mean,
he had a
I guess
touchdown.
when you look at who else Aaron Rodgers is working with, he's not going to throw to Marquez Valdez Scantling. He had 2 touchdowns, but still,
Yeah,
Devontae
no,
Adams is he's a top 5 receiver for sure.
his route running is you cannot compare him
It's,
to anybody
yeah,
else. It's amazing.
he's definitely the best route runner, and he
Yeah,
has great hands. Not as good as DeAndre, but
yeah. He's a top 5 receiver
yeah, for sure.
for sure.
Just because of his route running,
With a
and
top 5 quarterback, so
that definitely makes it good for them. So Antonio Brown is coming back this week too.
yep, yep. After his 8-game suspension.
Yeah, not surprised he got suspended. I think it's going to be a big change for the Buccaneers, but you know, actually not really because they already have good receivers. But
Yeah,
still,
Chris Godwin, Mike Evans.
I don't know if Chris Godwin's going to play this week though because he had finger surgery.
That is true. That is an odd
So
thing.
if he doesn't play, Antonio Brown might get some targets. I don't know. It's really hard to say
Yeah, it is.
because they have such a good receiving core and a lot of options with running backs as well.
LaShawn McCoy. But I don't know if I see Antonio Brown being like a long not, I don't know if I say long term, but like I don't.
No, I would say that's true. I don't see him being a long term
Yeah,
solution either.
I think he'll probably be end of the season max. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see him staying for that long.
He always finds himself getting into some sort of altercation or trouble with the NFL.
Which is why he was suspended, and that's
Yes.
why I don't like him.
Yeah.
He's just the worst.
I just wish he would have worked out on the Patriots like so bad.
If he had like any kind of an attitude that was better than what he had, I think he would have been fine on the Patriots. But
Yes.
he's Antonio Brown, so he wasn't.
If we can just take a Antonio Brown from the Steelers and just take that person and put on the Patriots with Tom Brady.
Here's the thing. When he was on the Steelers, he was fine for like the first few years. And then after that, he just kind of was an idiot.
I think it. You remember that hit where he got knocked out? I think it was Vontaze Burfict.
Of course it was Vontaze Perfect.
Just completely just.
Vontaze Perfect
square in
hates
the head.
people. Like he wants to hurt people.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he ever got into football. He wants to hurt someone. Like actually.
He gets on the field. Coach tells him to go run a play. He goes, "Shut up! I'm going to kill somebody." He's insane.
Yeah, not like insane good, like clinically insane. Like he belongs in a mental institution.
He just headhunts. He just goes out on the field and just
he
looks for somebody to kill.
He tries to hurt people.
Yeah, and then I remember when he made that hit and he tried telling his coach, "I hit him with my shoulder."
Okay, yeah,
just
sure you did.
standing there.
It has the video of him making head-to-head contact.
It's
And with my shoulder. Okay, shut up. You tried to kill him. You had a knife in your pocket. You were about to murder him.
that is homicide.
Yeah.
All right. And going into underrated players of the NFL, I'm just
There's a
gonna go with
lot.
one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with one. I think he flies very very low under the radar. I think on the Buffalo Bills, James Bradbury, or excuse me, not the Buffalo Bills, the New York Giants.
I'm going to be honest with you. The entire New York Giants defense, I think, is underrated. I think
Hmm.
just because they're part of the Giants organization, people give them a bad rep. Which, to be fair, Giants organization has
Yeah,
seen better days,
most
but
definitely.
their defense is not bad. It's just not great. They have
No.
some good linebackers.
Hmm. But
I think.
James Bradbury, cornerback, he went up against Mitchell Robinson, one of like the better wide receivers against the league, and completely locked him down.
Hmm,
Like just he's every play he's that ball gets thrown to him. He doesn't even try to like just like hit them. He's just going straight for the ball and he pops out almost every time. It's incredible. He's one of the most underrated defensive players I've ever seen.
I think. I don't know. I think on the Giants, Blake Martinez also is very underrated
Hmm.
linebacker on the Giants. He's really good, and again, people just don't recognize him because he's on the Giants.
Yeah,
But I think the most underrated player in the league by far is Allen Robinson because on the Bears. Because if you look at like who he's had to play with, he's playing with Nick Foles right now, and he's
yeah,
still making great catches. And he was with Mitchell Trubisky before. If he was on a good team with a good quarterback, he'd be a top 5 receiver. He's very good.
yeah. He is. Yeah, unfortunately, but he's on the Bears. So
Same thing with Jamison Crowder. He's a good receiver. He's
hmm
just on the Jets, which is unfortunate. It's like a death sentence.
basically, that's
The
kind of what
Jets are,
AJ Green got, except he just got injuries.
yeah, I think.
But
Well, yeah, that was part of it.
when he was not injured, he was being thrown to by Andy Dalton. So
Yeah, that's kind of a problem. Who is now? Is he still injured, or
yeah,
what happened to him?
I think he's still injured. He's probably
Yeah,
he most. There's a good chance he's still injured.
yeah. A lot of people are gonna say Tyler Lockett is an underrated receiver. I don't think so. I think he's rated. He's really good.
I think he just has Russell Wilson throwing to him.
I think that's part of it, but then again, everyone's all about DK this season, which is the same thing.
Yeah, he's even getting
DK's
comparisons to
Megatron. I don't think
yeah,
that's a good comparison.
no, not at all
People
because
don't people don't realize how good he really was.
yeah, he
He's
was.
way better than DK.
There's a picture or excuse me, a play where there was two cornerbacks or excuse me, a safety and a cornerback pressing up on him on the
Yeah,
line. I've never seen that happen on DK Metcalf. So until that happens, leave Calvin Johnson's name out of DK Metcalf.
yeah. Also, it does help that he has Russell Wilson, and
Yeah,
his 3-cone drill at the combine was worse than Tom Brady's.
that, that
Tom Brady has negative agility. He just doesn't have any. And when you have a worse 3-cone drill than Tom Brady, that's why he
yeah.
went so late in the draft. He
I
has good hands. He's fast, but other than that, he really doesn't have much.
I don't know how that happens. Like a wide receiver is known for speed and agility and all that, all
Yeah,
those attributes, and then you get beat by Tom Brady.
I don't know how he got like an offer from Ole Miss because he's like, okay, I'm pretty good, but here's the thing, I can't do agility. And
Oh
then Ole
my
Miss was
god.
like, okay, you can catch the ball and you're fast. That's fine. Same thing with the Seahawks. Like, yeah, he's been doing good, but that's partially because of Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I think he's a good receiver, but I don't think he's that good. He's
No.
no Calvin Johnson for sure.
No. He's not even close.
Also, Calvin Johnson, everyone else on his team was at the time still the Lions haven't been
Yeah.
good. I talked about this before, but he had Matt Stafford for a few years. Other than that, he really didn't have anyone else.
Yeah. It's just incredible to watch, or yeah, to watch Calvin Johnson just go up like three other guys around him and come down with the ball. It's like it's like magic. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's insane.
it is.
Another underrated player in the NFL, QB of the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. Last year he had a pretty good year, 20 touchdowns thrown, 9 interceptions, but it's all right.
I think he
Um,
really broke out at the end of last year. That's when he
yeah,
started to play like a starting quarterback.
definitely. He has 16 touchdowns this season and 2,000 yards already. 5 interceptions. That's okay.
Yeah,
Um,
his ball security and pocket awareness isn't the best, but
yeah,
he has a lot of arm strength and he's pretty accurate with the ball, which is good.
it's his only third year in the league, so
Yeah,
he has time to improve and to become
for
a good
sure.
quarterback.
Nobody expects him to be the next Tom Brady, obviously.
No.
Plus, he's pretty mobile. He can run, and he's big too, which helps.
Yeah.
I think he's like 6'5".
I feel like if you gave him, I mean, he has pretty good wide receivers, like John Brown.
That's true. John Brown and Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
And Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley. He's like 100 years old. But he's been putting up consistent numbers.
He's like I don't know if I call him better Julian Edelman. Him and Julian Edelman are basically like twin brothers.
I don't know. I would say Julian Edelman is probably better.
Yeah. He's definitely at it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Josh Allen is a very underrated quarterback in my opinion. Yeah, Josh Allen.
I think so is Sam Darnold, honestly.
Yeah,
Because just because the Jets.
Yeah, like the New York Giants. If you're on the Jets,
you're automatically bad. I don't care how good you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're automatically bad once you get on the Jets. That's how it was with Sam Darnold. He's just like there was a lot of hype for him coming out of the draft, and he's done well this year for everyone else who's on the team.
Yeah.
He's just like struggling with the Jets organization.
Yeah.
There's trade rumors with him too.
Mm-hmm.
He might go to the Colts. That's one of the trade rumors I heard. Which
the Jets
obviously
are trying to get Trevor Lawrence. No.
Well, they're definitely gonna have first pick in the draft. I can tell you that. What they do with that is beyond me.
Yeah.
To keep Sam Darnold, they don't need Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so we're actually running out of time here. This has been a very cool sports podcast. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.